Hello and Merry Christmas, boys and girls. Who is ready for a history lesson today? Because today, man, that's what I'm going to give to you guys. A history lesson for those of you that don't know this. It's time to teach some people, man. So sit back, watch, and enjoy. And what is going on YouTube? The Assist Man, and I'm coming back at you guys with another YouTube video. Inside of this video, man, I'm playing some Dead Rising 4 gameplay. It's been a while since I actually played this game on my channel. I did my review of it about 2 weeks ago, but I have been playing it. I just haven't been bringing no videos of it because I've just been enjoying the campaign on it a lot. So, that's what I'm going to be playing, man. If you guys haven't picked up Dead Rising 4 yet, it's a pretty good game, man. The multiplayer is, like, not the greatest, but the campaign and the story mode is amazing. But that's just the gameplay, man. The gameplay is only there for your entertainment, viewing pleasure. Like in all my videos, the topic at hand is what is important. And without further ado, let's go ahead and run over some zombies with a truck and get into that topic at hand. The exact time that Call of Duty changed forever. There is an exact moment that Call of Duty changed, an exact moment when Call of Duty started to suck. And that moment was in March of 2010. Now, some of you guys are probably like, man, well, what happened in March of 2010? Well, in March of 2010, Activision changed for forever. Infinity Ward changed for forever. You see, Infinity Ward was solely responsible for some of the biggest Call of Duty releases in Call of Duty history. I mean, you're coming off of like, COD 2, COD 4, selling really, really good, propelling the series, and then you had Modern Warfare 2. And all of a sudden, Modern Warfare 2 back in like 2009, man, it had over $1 billion in sales. $1 billion, man. That's a lot of money for a video game, man, especially back then. So, coming off of this, this all-time high, Modern Warfare 2 comes out. It's like the best Call of Duty game ever at the time. Everybody's playing it. Everybody's talking it about over $1 billion in sales. And then something happened drastic. Something drastic happened that forced a switch, that forced a change. And basically what happened was the two heads of Infinity Ward and numerous other employees miraculously either got fired or quit working for Infinity Ward and Activision. And two of those guys in general are named Vince Zampella and Jason West. Now, some of you guys might know this story already, but a lot of you guys don't. And that's why I want to, try to educate some people in this. Back in 2010, Vince Zampella and Jason West either were fired or left Infinity Ward and Activision. And they left, and they have now formed a brand new company, a brand new game development company called Respawn Entertainment. Some of you guys might know that name because they are the originators and developers of the game Titanfall, which Titanfall was a great game when it came out. You guys know my opinion. I don't like Titanfall 2 too much, but Titanfall 1 was an amazing game. Those are the guys that made the game. Those are the guys that created Modern Warfare 2. Those are the guys that created Call of Duty 4. Those are the guys that created Call of Duty 2. Like, that's the team that actually made Call of Duty what it was. The Call of Duty that most of us old school Call of Duty players fell in love with, those guys were responsible for actually engineering it. But they left in 2010. And there's lots of different reasons, out there why, they left. I'm sure like a lot of them are going to be kept confidential and top secret, but pretty much what had happened was Activision said that they were conspiring to actually steal Infinity Ward employees and start their own gaming development company while still being employed by Infinity Ward and Activision didn't like that, so they fired them. But Vince Zampella and Jason West and other employees said, no, the reason why we were trying to leave the company and form our own gaming company is because Activision promised to pay them over $36 million in royalties that they were owed for the sales of Modern Warfare 2, and they were never paid. And they pretty much asked for the money over and over and over again. And they never got paid, and they were owed over $36 million in royalties. And it's crazy because over the course that those guys ran Infinity Ward Activision, that series of Call of Duty, it generated over $3 billion in revenue for Activision. Those games that those guys helped develop, those older Call of Duty games, which made Call of Duty where it was at today, which gave them a household name pretty much, helped them and helped Activision generate over $3 billion in sales. but they couldn't pay these guys the $36 million that they said they owed them. And it's crazy because around this time that they left, a whole bunch of other employees left as well. As a matter of fact, a few dozen also left Infinity Ward. So you're talking about, 20, 30, 40 people all leaving Infinity Ward. Unless something drastic happens to actually make a whole, think about it. If you were working for pretty much at the time, the top gaming developer in the world, the top gaming development company, you just did $3 billion in sales in your past couple games. You just released a game called Modern Warfare 2, which is a blockbuster hit that did over $1 billion in sales, and you got all this stuff going on for you, then why would you just leave? Why would there be like 20, 30, 40 people that would just all up and leave? Not only just, regular, designers and regular employees, but we're talking like the top head honcho guys as well. So you had people from the top to the bottom all leaving or being fired, but for most of the part, they left. That's like kind of weird. To me it is. And then around this exact same time, it was around that time, but it really got settled in May of 2012. There was a lawsuit that was actually filed by Vince Zampella and Jason West and former Infinity Ward employees against Activision for the unpaid royalties that they had owed to the company. That they had owed to the people at Infinity Ward that quit, that left. They filed a lawsuit saying, hey, you told us you were going to give us this money. It was in a contract, blah, blah, blah. You guys never gave us this money. We've been waiting for it for 2 years. We already left. We're owed this money. And by this time, Modern Warfare 2 has been continuing to sell copies on top of copies. And then they actually released Modern Warfare 3. Now, Modern Warfare 3 was co-designed by Infinity Ward and another gaming developer. I think it was Sledgehammer or Raven at the time, because this is right around the time where everybody hadn't left Infinity Ward, but they have already started to manufacture Modern Warfare 3, so they kind of had to put it out. Another crazy thing about Modern Warfare 3 is that it was noted that the guys over at Infinity Ward, the head honchos, Vince Zampella and Jason West, that they actually did not want to make Modern Warfare 3. That they wanted to actually try something different and take Call of Duty in a different direction and make something a little bit more different that they thought that the Call of Duty gamers and players would enjoy. But Activision told them, no, we're not allowing you to do that. We are only allowing you to make Modern Warfare 3 and no other. And I guess a whole bunch of different legal litigation happened with that, and they wound up coming out with Modern Warfare 3 anyway. But around this time in May 2012, when everybody filed this lawsuit against Activision, they actually won. They won this lawsuit. So that should tell you that Activision was actually doing some greedy shit. Activision was actually scamming people, because Activision, in a lawsuit, was forced to pay over $42 million, to the Infinity Ward group of over 38 current and former employees in May of 2012. Now, if Activision was never in the wrong, and they never tried to steal money from Infinity Ward or not pay people or not try to scam people out of money that they were owed or they said they were going to give them, then how in the hell would they lose a lawsuit, and how were they forced to pay over $42 million to over 38 current and former Infinity Ward employees? It's because Activision was lying. They actually were supposed to pay him that money. They never did. It went to court, blah, blah, blah. Everything happened. They paid them over $42 million. Then they told them they had to make Modern Warfare 3, even though they didn't want to. A whole bunch of stuff happened. But that was only the settlement that happened for the former and current employees of Infinity Ward. There was actually a strictly confidential settlement that took place between Activision and Jason West and Vince Zampella. You see, Vince Zampella and Jason West were owed much, much more money than that. And they actually settled out of court with Activision for a strictly confidential, undisclosed amount of money. Now, who knows how much money that was? But once again, if Vince Zampella and Jason West were satisfied with the payout, and Activision was satisfied with the payout, and obviously they got a lot of money out of this, then that should also tell you that Activision once again was wrong. That they were in the wrongdoing, that Jason West and Vince Zampella were right and correct about them being owed money by Activision, and that is the reason why they either A, left, or B, got fired. So that further proves their point that they were telling the truth. Because if not, Activision wouldn't specifically have came out and made an undisclosed, strictly confidential money settlement with them. If Activision knew they were right, they wouldn't have given them anything. They would have kept fighting it in court, which they did not do. If Activision knew they were right, they would have never had to pay that $42 million plus to over 38 current and former Infinity Ward employees. So Activision all this time was just scamming their game developers. And then that's why they left. And it was on that day, in March in 2010, where Call of Duty changed forever. When Call of Duty started sucking forever. You see, Activision thought that Call of Duty was too big of a name to fail. You know, they were like, it's Call of Duty now. Look how big we are. We can't fail no matter what. We could just release a game and no matter what, people are going to buy it. They're going to love it. They're going to enjoy it. But they failed to realize that the reason that they were at where they were at was because of the hard work and dedication and skills of specific people that actually helped engineer that franchise and build the games for that franchise that made the games actually fun and playable. You see, when you lose the people that actually build your product and you have to hire new people to go ahead and retake over a product that somebody else has built, it kind of just loses its luster. You kind of just can't get it right after a while. And that's pretty much what happened. You see, Infinity Ward is still in existence, but it's all different people there now. And it was in March of 2010 when all these original Infinity Ward people left. All the original people that made Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, these are not the same people that currently still work in Infinity Ward. So Infinity Ward is riding off of a shell of their former current name, off their former current glory, or their old self. Infinity Ward is just riding off of a name. There's nobody that still works there that actually helped develop Call of Duty. There's nobody there who's like an original engineering and development team. They've all moved on to other things. So Infinity Ward is just a name. Just like Call of Duty now is just a name, because all the original people that helped develop it, they're not there anymore. They all left to form different companies and get away from Activision because they scammed them more or less. They got their money, they moved on, and if Activision would have never scammed them, they actually probably would have stayed with the company, and better and more better Call of Duty's games would have kept coming out year over year after year. But now we're left with Call of Duty just thinking that they were too big to fail. Oh, we don't need this guy. Oh, we don't need this guy. We don't need these other 40 people, these other 40 plus employees. We don't need to pay them. You know, we don't need them. Let's just get rid of them. We're Call of Duty. We're Activision. We're Infinity Ward. We're Treyarch. We can hire whoever the hell we want and the game is still going to be made. Great. We're that popular. We're that good. But as sales dictate and player base gradually declines year after year, I guess they were wrong about that. I guess they were wrong about being as big as they were. No, don't get me wrong. Call of Duty still sells amazingly well, but nowhere near as good as it should be. And Call of Duty forever changed in March of 2010 when pretty much all those guys left, all the original creators left, and now you just have new dev teams coming in all the time, new development teams, new companies working on Call of Duty games all the time, and it's never ever gonna be the same because Activision ruined that. They ruined that by letting go or firing all of these original Infinity Ward members who actually left the company. Those were all the original guys that made the game. And now, for the past 7 years now, we've been having different development teams working on it. We've been having different people that work on these development teams. There's all kinds of new people coming in and out. It's like musical chairs now. Different development people are coming in. People that work for these companies are coming in and leaving. Different people that are working for Activision are coming in and leaving. It's just like musical chairs, man. Everybody's just moving, coming out, coming back in, coming out. Nobody knows what's going on anymore. And that is the number one reason why Call of Duty sucks nowadays. And it never returned to its glory. Because the people that actually helped build the game, they're not there anymore. It's all different people, and they don't know what the hell they are doing. And in March 2010 is when the exact moment that Call of Duty actually changed for forever, and that is the moment when Call of Duty started to suck. I mean, think of the games you had that came out, after March 2010. Like I said, they still had to release Modern Warfare 3, but you had like Black Ops 1 that came out by Treyarch. Now, Black Ops 1 wasn't the greatest of multiplayer games. It had a really solid zombies. It was the greatest zombies, in my opinion, ever to come out. But zombies has always been a Treyarch thing. Treyarch specializes in that. But then the next game you had was Modern Warfare 3. And although Modern Warfare 3 was a decent game, it was far from a good game. There was a lot of issues with Modern Warfare 3, and it really never caught on at the time, but it was still a good game. It got better as time went along. But then after that, look what we got from Infinity Ward. I mean, look what we got from Infinity Ward. The proof is in the pudding. We got Call of Duty Ghosts, and then we got Infinite Warfare. that should tell you all you need to know. So anyway, man, leave a comment down below. Let me know, did you guys know about everything I said in this video? Did you know like the lineage and the history of what happened with Infinity Ward, what happened with Activision? You know, if you guys don't believe me on any of this stuff, you could just go Google it for yourself. Just type in, you know, Vince Zampella fired, Vince Zampella Infinity Ward, and you guys will find all the information that you need to know. This has been public information. The lawsuits are listed as public information. All that information I gave you guys in the video, you could find on Google. So leave a comment down below, man. Let me know what you guys think, you know, about everything. Did you know about it? Did you didn't know about it? Now you learned something. And if you guys did enjoy the video, man, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up like button. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man, and tell your friends about me so they can subscribe to my channel. They could view my videos, and then you can help a brother out. So anyway, YouTube, this is the Assist Man. And until next time, I am out.